In July of 2024, the Labour Party captured a staggering 150-seat majority in the House of Commons, ending 14 years of Conservative rule. Exactly 24 months later, Prime Minister Keir Starmer stood at this lectern outside 10 Downing Street, his voice cracking, and resigned. In a presidential system, a victory margin of that size provides absolute job security. A US or French president with that kind of mandate is guaranteed 4 uninterrupted years in office. Yet Starmer was forced out without a single ballot being cast by the British public. A massive parliamentary majority looks untouchable on paper, but the mechanics of the UK system can turn that strength into a fatal vulnerability overnight. Look at how power actually flows in the UK. Citizens do not vote directly for a prime minister. They vote for a local member of parliament. Those MPs form the government, acting as a board of directors. The prime minister serves entirely at their pleasure. This means the fate of the national leader rests in the intensely claustrophobic hands of a few hundred specific individuals sitting on these green benches. They alone possess the power to hire and fire. Between general elections, a prime minister answers to an electorate of one, their own parliamentary party. Over his 24 months in office, Starmer systematically alienated that tiny electorate through a sequence of missteps. Almost immediately after taking power, he cut winter fuel payments for pensioners, a highly unpopular choice that forced his MPs to defend a painful policy back in their home districts. Then came the decision to appoint Labour veteran Peter Mandelson as the US ambassador. This appointment actively antagonized an already fragile relationship with Donald Trump's administration, culminating in public social media attacks from the American president. This chart shows how these political scandals collided with harsh macroeconomic realities. As inflation and youth unemployment trended upward, the Prime Minister's approval ratings plummeted straight through the floor. For Labour MPs, those sinking numbers represented an existential threat. Nigel Farage and his rival Reform UK party were surging in the polls, directly targeting vulnerable Labour seats. The board of directors ran the math. The public had turned on the Prime Minister. If the MPs didn't remove him immediately, the voters would remove them at the next election. But parliamentary mutinies rarely succeed in a vacuum. To safely execute a coup, the party needs a popular replacement ready to step in. That alternative emerged 200 miles north of London. Andy Burnham had spent nearly a decade building a massive cooperative power base as the highly communicative mayor of Greater Manchester. Burnham orchestrated a strategic return to national politics by easily winning a local by-election in Makerfield, giving him the specific parliamentary seat required to challenge for the leadership. His victory broke the dam. Over a single weekend, key cabinet ministers recognized his momentum and quietly withdrew their support for Starmer. Burnham's arrival offered panicked MPs a clear escape hatch. With a charismatic, election-winning alternative on the table, the trap snapped shut. Once a leader is removed, the party machinery prioritizes rapid consolidation. A drawn-out internal primary would only highlight divisions and damage the party's standing further. Instead of fighting, top-tier rivals like West Streeting publicly folded their campaigns, ensuring a bloodless coronation for Burnham. The mechanism of power acts with brutal efficiency. The ruling party can tear down and replace the chief executive of a nuclear-armed G7 economy in a matter of weeks. As a direct consequence of this agility, the United Kingdom is now preparing to install its 7th prime minister in just 10 years. Swapping out the leadership is simple. The nation's underlying problems are not. Andy Burnham may bring better communication skills to the job, but he assumes control of the exact same stagnant economy and the exact same fractured party. The parliamentary trap remains armed and ready. If the economic math doesn't improve, Burnham's MPs will turn on him just as quickly as they turned on his predecessor. Modern parliamentary democracies make decapitating the government remarkably easy. Fixing the deep structural issues waiting behind that black door is the hard part.